3:53, 3:55 to be exact. 3:55 a.m. April 22, 2026. RP time and date. RP time and date. And the place is here at J3. This is at Shirley's Kitchen J3. This is part 4 of J3, this specific place. And this is in Kapati Compound, CSF, Pampanga. CSF means City of San Fernando. So, the signal is not that strong, but I think it has slow connection. Nakikita ko, so medyo putol-putol siya ulit like before. And my last live here on Wine Kapati CVG was already posted on my YouTube, Wine Avenue. So please do subscribe, guys. And this is like a recording vlog, but it's really a live one. No one's watching it because maybe they're sleeping or maybe they're working. I'm not sure what the time is in the US now. But I have some friends there, yeah, and family. Well, anyway, family, I have one family there, I would say. And, yeah, yung anak ko lang ang family ko doon, I would say, sa US. And anyway, Wine Avenue, guys, is Wine Avenue, yeah. And one of my Pilipino relatives asked me kung saan si Marcos ngayon nagsistay. I'm pretty sure he's in California too. Yeah, where I studied my 8th grade for a couple of days or weeks. I'm not sure, but I just went to Las Vegas because I didn't have plans of staying there. So, yung isa sa mga second year ko was in the States. So, it was Claret School of Quezon City where I was aspirants na after the PAYA team. Aspirants team na ang tawag. So, sabi ni Apple Tang, aspiring pa lang daw ako. Sabi ko, aspirants yung pangalan ng liga and tanggap na ako sa team. And I was able to play the exhibition game against my next school, kung saan ako nag-second year, then it's OLGM. So, yeah, I had to drop because there were some family health issues with my mom. So, his brother asked me if I wanted to stop muna, and it was really a stressful day during that time, so I said, I will. Sige, sabi ko, stop muna ako. It was one of the things that I'm really not happy about, but I have to, kailangan ng panindigan yung decision because I stopped already. But moving forward about that, and sabi ko na yung date, time, and place, guys, diba? So, moving forward tayo sa story and about this vlog, yeah. And yeah, about the story, I wasn't really able to get over it because I was really happy with Claret. And I think at some point, yeah, there are still regrets why I had to say yes sa brother ng mommy ko if I want to stop schooling at Claret School during the first take of my second year. But yeah, at some point, yeah, sabi ko, moving forward about the story, I was able to realize that it was also because of that when I dropped from Claret School of Quezon City. It was also because of that kaya kaya maganda rin yung nangyari sa akin sa high school. I'm not saying Claret wasn't good. It was the best school that I attended for high school, to be honest. Of all the schools I attended, Claret School talaga yung, for me, for me, has the best standards of all the schools that I chose to go during high school. So, moving forward sa story, yeah, di ba nag-drop nga ako when my uncle asked me, isa sa mga kuya ng mommy ko, if I wanna stop muna. Because, yeah, I'm not sure why he asked me about that, but it was one of my mom's kuya. Dalawa yung kuya niya eh, so hindi ko na sabihin kung sino doon. So I know he was expecting me to say yes, so I did say yes. It was a really, really stressful day. My mom was like, I'm not sure what's happening to her during that time. It was like a nervous breakdown or something like that, about all the difficulties, health issues, and problems that she was facing early on in her mid 30s, something like that. That was in 1997, so 1959 siya. So, about 37, 38 years old siya during that time. Maybe she knew that she was sick already, pero she refused treatment for cancer. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was because of the so much blood that goes out of her body because of the sakit niya sa dito, somewhere sa ovary or sa, di ko alam kung ano uterus or kung saan man. Basta alam ko na wala na yung uterus niya, yung mattress, wala na. Kung ano man yung uterus doon. Basta nagka-problema siya because nung sa panganganak sa akin. Kaya hindi na ako nagkakapatid eh. Pero yeah, it was a really dramatic day, a really stressful day, and the pressure in high school as a varsity player and as someone who is into a new school with new friends, and to a better standard of schooling. Medyo mas mahirap yung math sa Claret. And high school math is a lot different from grade school math. So I was adjusting, but I was doing well with friends. Especially I have a lot of basketball in Claret School of Quezon City. It was heavenly for me actually, but that day, when my mom was, I think, having a nervous breakdown during that time about traumas and stuff that she had experienced in life, and really bad things that happened to her, or bad experiences that she had. I really don't know what happened. I was just 15 during that time. It was school year 97-98. 1997 to 1998 school year. June was the start of the school year. And hi to kung sino man nanonood. And yeah, it was really, really, I don't know what happened during that time, but I was in shock too when something happened to my mom. She was like laughing and crying, and I'm not gonna put everything in detail, of course, in respect to her too. She's in heaven now. But yeah, it was something like a really, really stressful day that when her brother, Kuya, asked me if I want to stop school muna because of what happened or whatever reasons why he asked me that, I said yes. And it was the yes that I had to kailangan panindigan yung yes na yun. So, my varsity teammate, Melville Maniego, did ask me, sabi, Wine, baka gusto mo bumalik muna sa school kasi sayang naman yung Claret. Eh, once nag-decision na kasi ako, guys, lalo na mga ganong klaseng desisyon, talagang alam kong kailangan kong panindigan. But anyway, so nag-drop na ako sa Claret. This should be a cooking vlog, so inintrohan ko na lang kayo dito moving forward about the story. Kwentuhan lang, diba? So, medyo naiilang ako kasi merong parang baller na nakatali lang dito sa grills eh. So, pasensya na ako, tinitingnan-tingnan ko yan. So, anyway, yun nga, moving forward lang sa story. Well, medyo nangihinayang ako kasi if I stayed sa Claret talaga for 4 years, I might have been able to pass De La Salle University exams and played there like Mac Kuan did, one of my idols in Claret School of Quezon City. Sila yung mga seniors nun eh. Sila talaga yung nag-champion beating the Green Archers. Kami natalo lang namin 1 game yung Green Archers. Sila talagang winning shot ni Mac Kuan. Talagang, hindi ko napanood pero I know it was a winning shot he made and they were able to beat LaSalle Green Hills, the Green Archers of LaSalle Green Hills. Ewan ko kung BB Archers tawag doon. So, yeah, nag-speech pa si Ronald Kuan sa Claret School of Quezon City ng isang assembly namin. And, yeah, he's one of the persons that I really look up to sa basketball. And, ayoko lang pag long hair siya. Naiinis ako, pero magaling talaga siya mag-basketball. Sobra. Pinapanood ko yung training nila sa Claret. So anyway, pagdating sa, pag-drop ko sa Claret, masakit sa akin yun, pero about it, lately ko lang na-realize, siguro, to be honest, diba, ngayon, April 22, 2026, tama nga ba yung date? Tingnan natin. Yeah. 4:07 a.m. na. Siguro mga 2-3 months ago ko lang na-realize na after ilang years na to, 1997, almost 20 years ago na. 19 years, almost like that. Since I dropped. Pero, even nung pandemic, iniisip ko pa rin, what if kung tumuloy ako sa Claret and I didn't say yes to dropping school. Hindi po ako na-kick out sa Claret. Nag-drop lang ako because family issues din. And hindi rin po because of the fraternity that I got involved in. No. It was because of, actually kami nagtayo ng fraternity na yun eh. Pero it was not because of the Muertos Brahmas fraternity. No, it wasn't. That was never the issue. It was my mom's sickness during that time. Lahat naman ng siblings niya were supportive of her. Kaya lang siguro talagang may mga pinagdaanan siyang traumatic. Kaya ganon. But she was really strong. She's one of the reasons why I was able to excel in academics and even basketball. And yeah, may times rin, of course, na kahit hindi ako mahilig sa toys, yung mga rubber shoes na binili niya sa akin from the States. Nagtrabaho siya sa US when I was in grade school and when I was an abstract dancer. Lahat ng padala niyang rubber shoes sa akin were first rate. They were the most expensive rubber shoes during that time. During that time, pag naka 5,000 pesos ka na rubber shoes, naka Air Jordan 8 ka, yun na yung pinakamahal ng mga time na yun. Wala pang mga 20, 30,000 na shoes na hindi ko maintindihan ba't umabot ng gano'n na presyo ngayong 2010 pataas na years, nagtaasan na ng presyo. Pero yun nga, hindi naman ako papabili sa mami ko ng gano'n kahit pa uso yun nung time na yun. Yung mga lang, reasonable price na 5,000, 10,000, Air Raid, Air Jordans, yun. So she was a strong woman. She was the one who read me stories and made sure na wag ako magaya sa mga ibang kapati side relatives ko na sobrang powerful and abusive. wealth, diba? Ay tendency kasing maging topak kami mga kapati, lalo na pag kapag we have a lot of power through wealth and money. Yun ang tingin niya siguro, kaya siguro tinutukan ako ng todong pag-aaral, todo turo, lahat. Mami Shirley Alfonso Pinpin, kapati to ah. Kapati siya kasi sa father ko nga. They were married nung nabuntis siya kay Papa. My Papa is Elben Romualdo Santos Kapati. Sa kanya ko minana tong mga properties na to, sa Papa Elben ko. Yeah, conjugal to sa kanya and kay Mama. Yung 1/6 na part. So anyway, ito yung mga kamatis na gusto ko iluto, guys, ha. Tutuloy ko lang yung kwento. Kamatis. Kasi dito yung mga onions. Nagaluin natin yung white and red mamaya. Ito yung tuna na gusto ko lutuin. Century. Ganyan ba? Ganyan ba yung mga YouTubers? Ha? Ito yung mic ko, guys, kasi sira yung mic ng phone. So, yung TikTok live na pinost ko, it was the second TikTok live from King Abstract. It was on Wine Avenue na rin. Yung first TikTok live ko sa King Abstract account ng TikTok, my account, hindi gumana. Yung Yossi lang ang nakita. And I was explaining there na before I do hard workout, minsan nag-Yossi na ako so that hindi ko siya hanapin after workout. And then, an hour after a hard workout, dun pala ako nag-Yossi para medyo napahinga na yung baga, yung lungs. So going back to the story nga, nung pandemic, iniisip ko pa rin, what if I stayed in Claret School? Lalo na pandemic yun, guys, di ba? Nakakulong ako sa kwarto, sa Philinvest 1, sa 95 Rainier, sa bahay ni Lola, which I call Casa de Remedios. Iniisip ko, what if I played 4 years in Claret School, went to LaSalle, De La Salle University, not De La Salle College of St. Benilde. Sa Benilde kasi ako naging enthusiastic for NCAA. Pero ang talagang dream ko was UAAP. Siguro tuloy-tuloy ako sa LaSalle doon. Like Makuan, yung idol ko. Yun ang track. Pero naisip ko rin lately, yun nga, siguro about 2 months lang or this year lang. Sabi ko, relax lang ako. Kakalakad ko lang, kumuha akong iced water sa KFC, OG Road. Tsaka ice, ganun din sa McDonald's intersection. Kay Jaisel. Hi, Jaisel. Nila Vincent din of McDonald's intersection. Hello. Kay Valerie din and Rosalie. Hello. So anyway, sa KFC naman kay Dodoy, Erica, and to all there, everyone there, yung nagbigay rin ng ice kanina. Thank you. And water. So yun, medyo relax pa. Okay. So yun, iniisip ko, lately nga lang, di ba ng pandemic, iniisip ko, syempre, nakakulong lang ako sa kwarto, di ba? Kung ano-ano iniisip kong pagkain nun, chooks to go, kung ano-ano. Tapos kung ano-anong daydreaming ginagawa ko to survive the pandemic. Hindi ako lumalabas ng kwarto, yung mga pinsan ko, hindi rin makalabas, nasa loob lang ng bahay. Kasama ko nun, sila Paulo, sila Gio, sila RJ. Sa bahay lang kami. Hindi kami lumalabas ng kwarto. Ako, hindi ako lumalabas ng kwarto during that time. Tapos, doon ako nagluluto sa kwarto, rice cooker and stuff. Yung anak ko, minsan pumupunta, nagdadala ng coffee jelly. And minsan ginataan. Diba? Andito pa si Marcos nun sa Philippines eh. So, pandemic yun. Iniisip ko, basketball, 4 years, Claret, then 4 years or 5 years LaSalle. Tapos may PBL siguro, and then, yun na nga, higher leagues. Yun yung mga iniisip ko kung gano'n. Pero just lately, after pandemic, siguro 6 years ago na, diba? Na-realize ko rin na naging maganda yung high school life ko. Even with that drop thing. Siguro dahil masakit sa akin na I had to leave the basketball team. That's a lot harder than me. Sila Michael Villar kakampi ko noon, sila Mark Navarra, Melville Maniego, siya nga yung nag-encourage sa akin bumalik. Pero nag-decision na kasi talaga ako noon na mag-drop after tanungin ako ng kapatid ni Mama na kung gusto ko mag-stop. It was a stressful day, diba? My mom just had a nervous breakdown and I was scared. I was traumatized what happened, what I've seen her do, laughing, crying, whatever stuff. And naawa ako sa mommy ko, and at the same time, she was strong. She was one of the reasons why I excelled academically early on in life. And she was, may pagkamamas boy din talaga ako. She was a Dean's Lister pa sa St. Paul College. Really smart, and she was a finalist in the Mutya ng Pilipinas. She was an achiever, yeah. A hard worker too. But definitely she was not able to deal with the traumatic experiences she had in life, which I'm not really sure what those are, but I have a pretty good idea what those are, but it kind of confuses me. And of course, I'm not going to tell this to you guys, not on social media, of course, but in respect to her. She's in heaven now, diba? But yeah. So it was a traumatic day, and hello po. And during that time, 1997, I think, because it was just the first quarter of my grade 6 kasi was 94-95 eh. Abstract dancer ako nun. So, first year was 95-96, Paya. Paya ako, varsity nun, with Dennis Gadi. And with Mike Garcia, Agravante, and Julius Perez. Sila yung mga kalaro ko nun. Kakampi ko sa varsity. Tapos, 94, 95, 95, 96, 97 yun. About July. Something like that. Or August. Yeah, nag-stop na ako. Tapos, fast forward nga sa story. Nung pandemic, niisip ko, what if tumuloy-tuloy ako sa Claret? I might have been able to finish all 4 years ng maayos. Academically, may struggles ako nun kasi ang hirap ng math and hindi ako nag-grade 7. Grade 6 ako to first year kagad. Usually may grade 7 sa Claret eh. So it was really an adjustment for me. Algebra, lahat. Hirap talaga. Pasang-awa lahat ng high school grades ko actually. Dahil nga hindi ako nag-grade 7, tas hindi ako nag-third year. Medyo adjustments, tas puro basketball din talaga kasi ako. Well, anyway, sa Claret pa lang to, it was my second year, 1997 nga, when my mom's kuya asked me if I want to stop because of what I had experienced during that day and pagod, and yeah, I was traumatized with what I seen nung nangyari yun that day sa PhilInvest 1. And some of the mga kamag-anak ko, I think, was in 94 Rainier during that time. Kung nandun na sila noon, or palipat pa lang sila, or nasa Olympus na sila. Basta taga PhilInvest 1 kasi kami magkakamag-anak eh. Pero nandun naman yung support ng mga kamag-anak ko sa Pinpin side, lahat. Sa mommy ko. And yun nga, tinanong ako if I wanna stop school. So I stopped. Sorry kung paulit-ulit kasi I want to make sure I deliver it eh. In life to eh. So I want to make sure na everything is clear. So yun, nag-stop ako. Malungkot. Sabi ni Melville Maniego, balik ka. Classmate ko yun, best friend ko, and teammate ko sa varsity ng Aspirants, Claret. Aspirants po yung pangalan na. We're aspiring, of course, to be varsity, but we were Team A already for that. So, yun. Teammate nga namin sila Mark Navarra noon, sila Capistrano, Alan, alam ko, Alan first name niya, sila Abes, Omar Abes. So, hi, if you will be able to watch this. So, yun ang ginawa ko nun. Nag-ano ko, nag-decision ako na panindigan na yung pag-drop ko. Nung sinabi ko sa tito ko nga na, yes, I will stop na muna because of health issues ni mama sa ovary or mattress, and at the same time mentally she was kind of being depressed, and I'm not shy about that. Lalo na ngayon open na people about depression and things na kaya nga kailangan i-prevent, diba? So pinagdaanan ni mommy yun, lalo na nung old school yung mga tao dati, they weren't open about whatever traumas they have in life. So yun nga, I highly suggest na talk to someone if ever you have traumas or whatever, like, diba? Ako, about my things na pinagdaanan ko sa buhay na may hirap, I'm happy na may pinsan ako na nakausap ako about it just recently. And it set me free about some of the traumas I experienced in life early on. Yes, I had traumas even if I excelled in grade school. And maybe the traumas helped me excel, or is the reason why I work really hard. But for sure, I dealt with it with prayers, spirituality, and hard work. And of course, discipline and taking care of myself. And yeah, it's a good thing that I was able to talk to one of my cousins, si RJ Pinpin, about some of the things I've experienced in life. And parang na-set free ako, diba? I wasn't really expecting na siya pa yung makakatulong sa akin. I was expecting na tutulungan ko siya about his routine in workout and stuff like that. But yeah, ako pa yung natulungan niya. Mentally, I was less stressed. Emotionally, I was less stressed and free. And yeah, spiritually, it was really good being in reconciliation with my cousin RJ Pinpin. So, yeah. Actually, yung tampo ko lang naman dun, pinapatay niya yung internet dati pag nagtatrabaho ako dahil daw baka mag-overheat yung modem. Pero, nabibitin yung mga sales pitch ko. Pero, other than that, hindi ko na sasabihin siguro yung iba, but yeah, he was one of my favorite baby cousins nung maliit siya. Nilalaro ko talaga. So maybe that was the reason why magaan loob ko sa kanya mag-open when during the time na nag-reconcile na kami as kuya and younger baby cousin ko siya. Though he's not a baby anymore, he's 30. And hopefully he's working out right now. So yun, I was able to talk to him. Ayoko humaba masyado to, guys. Pero ang dami kong gusto rin i-share na you might have something to learn about. I'm not sure kung paputol-putol to. Sorry, mahina ang internet. Buksan natin sandali yung bintana. Tingnan natin. Yan, baka makatulong yun. Baka makatulong yun sa internet. So, dalawa na yung nasa viewers end. So, hi. So, I'll just drink water, guys. So, medyo napagod ako maglakad Dahil lang Sorry if walang screen, but yeah, ganun talaga. Hindi naman to TV talaga So, live lang, diba? Dahil lang po. So yeah, diba? Slippers, shorts. TV. Kapo ko pa suot to, personally ko lang sinuot. Nung bumili lang ako sa Carinderia, kila Jansen. At saka sa Texas Chicken, lapit lang dito yun. So yun, ito yung gusto kong ikwento dun. Pag-stop ako, 1997, 96, 97, 94, 95, grade 6, 95, 96, first year. It was school year 96, 97 pala. Sorry about that. Kasi 94, 95, grade 6, 95, 96, first year. So it was school year 1996 and 1997 pala. So that was a really, really sad year for me, 1996. The summer basketball was good, but yeah, it was a good training for me too, to be able to play for Claret School. But 1996 siya, correction guys. Doon ako nag-stop sa paglalaro ng as varsity ng Claret. So, medyo nakakalungkot yun. Because I said yes to my mom's kuya na sige, magsa-stop muna ako because of my mom's health and mental condition. Hindi siya nasiraan ng ulo, hindi ganun. Meron lang parang nervous breakdown during that time na she was going through in life and something. And wala siyang kausap about it. And my father was dead already, so syempre dinibdib rin ng mami ko yun dahil mahal na mahal niya yung Papa Elvin ko. So yeah, she was really not able to recover from that fully dahil iba rin magmahal si Papa. Talagang binibigay niya lahat. And makulit, pareho kami may toyo ni Papa sa kakulitan. Pero yun nga siguro yung love ng mga girls that we've been with, diba? Ewan ko, pero si mami ko alam ko mahal na mahal ang Papa Elvin ko kasi. Dahil sa kakulitan din, minsan toyo din eh. Pero anyway, and I think, yung mga girls, minsan gusto sila pag makulit ka talaga at medyo may toyo ka, diba? Minsan appeal pa sa kanila yun. Pero may toyo in a good way lang ha. Hindi yung toyo na nakakapikon ha. Yung mga toyo kasi na nakakapikon ng trip eh. Pero anyway, my mom was sick. My kuya, yung kuya niya asked me, dalawa kuya niya, diba? If I wanna stop muna schooling. Hindi ko alam kung ba't niya tinanong sa akin yun eh. Siguro akala ng mommy ko nahihirapan ako sa Claret and she wants me to go back to St. Vincent School where I had like a lot of academic achievements. But yes, there were struggles, of course. It's a new school. Lahat ng mga kasama ko were different and a lot richer than the people that I've been dealing with St. Vincent. Mas mga saucy people to. Some call them konyos. I don't want to use that word. Pangit pala ibig sabihin nun. So more like saucy friends ko, nandun lahat. And it was a different school. It was all boys school, konti lang yung babae, yung scholars lang. And yes guys, mas tarantado yung mga tao dito sa Claret. Sorry po compared to St. Vincent. Yung marami ring loko sa St. Vincent, tarantado, pero kilala po ang Claret na mga bullies. Pero hindi naman lahat kasi all boys school lang eh. So, medyo ganun. So, it's either bully ka or bading ka. Sabi nila pag nasa Claret ka. And anyway, academically, it was one of the best schools in the Philippines up to now. Kaya nga yung anak ko, dun ko talaga gusto mapunta. Thankful to God na sa Claret siya dinala. Doon na siya natapos from start to grade 12. Nahihirapan ako uminom. Ouch! Wait lang. Sorry. So ngayon ko lang na-open to story na to. So medyo may nararamdaman pa rin akong pinch sa puso. Diba? So, hi Glenn! And yeah, of course, I love my mom. Nasa heaven na siya ngayon. She died 1999. That was 3 years after this nervous breakdown thing. She died of cancer. And she was at stage 4 na. I'm not gonna put that in detail now kasi mahabang story yan. And it's really emotional that I don't wanna talk about right now. So, yun 1997 lang, when she had a breakdown, and yun nga, tinanong ako ng kapatid niya, sorry pa ulit-ulit, I wanna make sure klaro lahat. Kasi live to, hindi ko na mababalik to after, diba? So, yun, kung maputol yung internet, sorry, bitin, at hindi na deliver yung story completely, pero ganun talaga. But so far, I think may internet naman. So yun, number 1, my mom died. And then number 2, yung kuya niya, one of his kuyas, asked me if I want to stop. Maybe because they talked about me not having high grades in Claret School of Quezon City. Because I didn't go to grade 7, first year kaagad ako. And the standards was really high for Claret School of Quezon City. And of course, nag-a-adjust ako. Comfort zone ko na yung St. Vincent. And alam ko na yung mga friends, teachers, lahat. And sistema. And nag-excel na kasi ako doon. So, iniisip niya siguro baka I was having a hard time in Claret. I'm not sure what happened eh. Nag-usap sila ng kuya niya. Tapos paglabas ng kuya sa may garahe ng 95 Rainier Philinvest 1. He asked me, mag-stop ka muna. So, because of the really traumatic experience na nakita ko sa mommy ko, tumatawa, umiiyak, natatakot, nade-depress, and yeah, it was also because of the pressure then to do great in basketball and academics. And I think nag-abstract dancer pa rin ako yata nung Claret days eh. So, I'm not sure kung first year o second year din nung bumalik ako sa abstract. Pero the pressure was really great. Sobrang laki sa high school. So, I was doing well. And I would say I'm not sure if I can say that I was hanging on too tight, but with the basketball pressure and academic pressure, and at the same time, my mom having a nervous breakdown, siguro nga overall with those pressure, tapos gusto pa nila akong bumalik sa abstract, though I'm not sure kung school year, second year na yun, or school year, first year. So, but with the basketball pressure for sure, academic pressure in high school, new friends, a more saucy environment, and more adjustments. Iba. Siyempre, puro mga atinista na transfer yung mga kasama ko noon. So, medyo nag-a-adjust ako sa lifestyle, diba? Dala ko, simple lang naman ako sa St. Vincent. Jolog lang ako, diba? Sobrang hilig ko lang mag-basketball talaga. At saka, natututo lang naman akong pumorma dahil sa Kuya John ko, sa mga hilig niya sa magagandang damit eh. Tsaka dahil yung mga kasama ko, syempre sila, di ko alam, sila Ding Dong Dantes na kasama ko yata rin nun sa abstract eh. So, kung paano sila pumorma, yun lang, ginagaya-gaya ko lang. Tapos mga kapitbahay ko sa Philinvest, sila J.R. Gidabin, yan, kung paano mga long back na t-shirt, sila BJ Manalo, yung mga ganong forma, ginagaya ko lang sa kanila, diba? Eh, binibigyan lang naman akong damit nila, mga pinsan ko, diba? Si Mama, yun, pag pinapadala na ako galing US, pero, yun nga, nung time na nagkasakit kasi siya, more on rubber shoes lang talaga inihingi ko na sa kanya nun. Hindi na ako nagpapabiling clothes. Well, anyway, it was an adjustment for me with my rich and konyo friends. And at the same time, I don't wanna call them konyos anymore. Ng mga tenista friends ko, sila Paulo, sila Rico, sila Clasara. Saucy friends na lang, diba? Para mas okay. So, yung mga saucy friends ko, adjustments ako with them. Basketball varsity, adjustments. Academic pressure sa math, grabe, Claret. Tapos, new teachers, new school, new sistema. Tapos, yung mommy ko nga nagkasakit. So, maybe it was too hard for me already during that day. Pero siguro kung nakatulog ako, nakapagpahinga ako before my tito asked me, I would say no, of course, I will not stop. But it was really hard, and I think he was expecting me to say yes. I'm not sure what happened talaga sa conversation nila ni Mama nun, but I said yes. So that's number 2. 1, nagkasakit si Mama. 2, I had to say yes sa kuya niya when he asked me if I want to stop schooling at Claret. So, dalawa na wala sa akin nun. Yung friends ko, hindi naman nawala. Of course, mga saucy friends, mga friends ko pa rin ngayon yan. Pero, hindi lang saucy friends, ha? Andyan din yung mga friends ko na simple-simple lang rin. Sila, hindi ko na mention, pero sila Tole, yan, mga kaibigan ko, Tolentino, nakalaro ko pa sa basketball yung mga yan, hindi ko alam kung nasan siya ngayon. Yung mga simpleng kaibigan ko, sila Jed Soler, yan, okay naman kami yan. Sila, marami, sila, nalilito ako minsan kung OLCM to o hindi, pero I think si Dones was from Claret rin eh. So, ano nangyari nun? Basta may mga simpleng kaibigan din ako, pero na hindi sila mga atinista na sosi. Pero usually kasi mga atinista yung mga kasama ko, hindi ko alam kung bakit ako napunta sa kanila eh. Sila yung naging kagrupo ko eh. First year, second year, kasama ko na sila Clasara, sila David, Paulo, yun, si Rico Apostol, sila James Di Magila, yan, yun yung mga nakakasama ko lumabas nun, diba? Hindi naman sila nawala, pero ang nawala sa akin is yung basketball varsity team ko. Sila Alan Capistrano, yan, mga simpleng kaibigan ko yan na varsity players. Special sa akin yung mga yan dahil sila Ranyola, di ba? Jonathan Ranyola, sila, basta, si Taino, yan, hindi yan varsity, pero simple-simple lang rin yan. I'm pretty sure he's not Atenista. Yung anak niya ngayon, I think, is an Ateneo naman. Pero yun nga, hindi nawala yung Ateneo friends ko na mga transferees ng Ateneo na nagstay sa Claret. Sila yung mga naging kaibigan ko nun eh. So, lahat kami sa barkada, dalawa lang yata kami hindi Atenista sa Claret. Pero halos lahat, sila James Di Magila, David Clasara, Paulo David, si Rico Apostol, yan, Jason Del Valle, lahat yan, Atenista. Ako lang, at saka si CJ Dayrit ang hindi Atenista. Si John Paul Navarro, yan, kalaro ko sa basketball, Ateneo rin galing yan, tapos napunta sa Claret. Pero hindi na kami nag-abot as varsity kasi hindi pa siya varsity nung nag-varsity nga ako. So, yun ang nawala sa akin nun. Di ba nga, nagkasakit mami ko. So, number 2, ang nawala sa akin, because I had to say yes to his kuya na mag-stop muna ako sa Claret School. Sorry, madulo yung nails ko ha. Kasakit si mama, 1996 to guys, kasi school year 96-97. Tapos ako, I had to say yes nung tinanong ni kuya niya, tito ko, sa Pinpin side to, yes, kapatid ni mama if I want to stop, and I know he was expecting me to say yes, so I just said yes. So it was a really, really stressful day during that time. Siguro kung nakatulog ako at nakapagpahinga, the next day ako tinanong, baka hindi ako nag-say yes. But yeah, ang nawala sa akin nun was not my friends. Of course, mga kaibigan pa rin naman sila. Kahit ina-unfriend ako pag makulit ako sa Facebook. Dito, sa account na to. Wine Kapati CVG. Pero yun nga, nawala yung basketball varsity team. And yung chance ko to prove myself academically sa Claret. So, third, fast forward, umabot na ng pandemic guys ha. 1997 to pandemic was like 3 years, 23 years after guys. Iniisip ko pa rin, what if I stayed in Claret School of Quezon City? What would have happened? Would I be able to play for the Green Archers like Mac Kuwan, Ronald Kuwan did? And that was the one that I was daydreaming on, I think. Being in LaSalle, Green Archers. Now, of course, Blazers na ako, na lineup naman, kinukuha na for the lineup, Team A, pero iba yung LaSalle, syempre, diba? Yun talaga gusto ko, UAAP, not NCAA. At least dito sa Philippines, ha? More on UAAP fan ako than NCAA. Tapos sabi ko nga, I was daydreaming, maybe I'm playing for the PBA or MPBL. That was pandemic so I had to survive mentally, di ba? Lahat tayo nun, di makalabas So ako nasa kwarto, nag-iingat. Anak ko, pumupunta-punta lang sa akin, nasa kabilang street. Pero syempre, nag-iingat kami sa COVID, di ba? So yun, then I-realize ko ngayon, after 2020 na, after daydreaming all about basketball, di ba? And more chooks to go, di ba? During that time, kasi puro delata nun Sardinas pa nga ako nun Minsan, tuna, di ba? Ngayon, tuna lulutuin natin, guys. Cooking show to, nagkwento lang ako. So, number 4, fast forward nga, I-realize ko, 7 years after the pandemic na, this year lang, mas gumanda naman rin talaga yung mga nangyari because nag-stop ako sa Claret. Not because it's not a good school, diba? Kahit tarantado at mga bading ang mga nandun, lahat matatalino talaga and competitive. Kahit galing mang Ateneo yan or galing St. Vincent, ako yun, or galing ng kung saan mang school sila nag-transfer from or talagang Claret mismo sila since grade school, magagaling talaga. Hindi ko alam kung anong school yung mga iba Hindi ko na, more on Atenis sa lahat, nakakasama ko kasi. Pero, not that sinadya ko pero talagang siguro may mga common friends kasi kami na taga Philinvest 1. Pero yun nga, pag nasa Claret ka, pag nag-survive ka dyan ng 1 taon, or 2 taon, lalo na kung natapos mo yung 4 years sa high school, 4 years lang nun, magaling ka talaga. Kasi magagaling lahat yan dahil matataas ang standard sa math, science, English. Academically, it's a really good school. And sa sports, champion nga kami nung time na yun diba? Yung higher level namin sila makuha. against LaSalle Green Hills yun, yung laban nila. Yung winning shot nga ni Makuan. So, in some ways, nakasama na rin ako sa magaling kasi naka 1 year ako. Diba? And natalo rin namin LaSalle, hindi nga lang kami nag-champion. And ibang team yun, mas bata yun, paya yun. Sila Makuan kasi 4th year na nun eh. And 4th year, yeah, I think he was in his last year na sa Claret nun. Tapos, yung 2nd year nga, nasa aspirants naman ako, diba? Siyempre, proud ako sa sarili ko dahil yun ang gusto ko mag-varsity doon. Yun nga, na-realize ko lang this year na napaganda naman yung, ito lang yung gusto ko rin sabihin, may reflection ako na, realization na, parang, at some point, yung, may nag-direct din ng buhay ko doon na, kung hindi dahil doon, hindi ako makakapunta ng US, or hindi rin ako, kasi nag-aaral ako, diba? Actually, ngayon ko lang naisip yun ngayon. Pero kung hindi dahil doon, hindi ako nagkaroon ng magandang experience sa Our Lord's Grace Montessori. OLGM. Actually, nalilito ako kung Lord's pa siya or Lady, pero nagpalit kasi. Naging Lord, naging Lady. Basta OLGM, guys. Our Lord's Grace Montessori or Our Lady of Grace Montessori. Alam ko, Lord's na nung nandun ako eh. Alam ko, nagpalit yun eh. From ladies to Lord. Yun yung school ni Shaina Magdayaw, nila, I think sila Aiko Melendez nandun din. It was really a good school and kaklase ko si Ana La Rosea, one of the ABS-CBN artistas. And yeah, masaya ako dahil, yeah, pareho kami kinukuha ng ABS-CBN during that time. Maganda nangyari sa basketball life ko sa OLGM. I was varsity too. And yes, naglaro lang rin ako sa tune-up game with another, mga kaibigan ni Coach yun eh. Ay, sorry Coach, nakalimutan ko yung pangalan mo. I'll just call you Coach Caliber, di ba? Coach Caliber. Kung bakit Caliber, kasi ang tawag niya sa akin is iba daw ang kalibre ko as a basketball player. So, nakakatuwa naman kay Coach yun. Kailangan daw bantayan ako ng todo para hindi ako makashoot. Dahil hindi pwedeng taasan lang ako ng kamay sa jump shot. Dahil ginump shotan ko yung mga teammates ko during one of our training sessions na talagang nabilib naman si Coach sa laro ko nun. Though, yun nga, doon ako naging hindi ako tumuloy sa varsity, pero mga varsity players yung kalaro ko ng intrams, and it was my very first MVP and the only MVP that I have. Hindi ko mapakita yung trophy, guys, kasi may nagnakaw. And hindi ko alam kung bakit, anong gagawin nila, pangalan ko yung nakalagay doon. Pero anyway, ilang trophies rin ng mga ninakaw sa akin sa basketball. Yung iba mga third runner-up, and I was the captain ball, or second runner-up, parang ganon. Yung isa, first runner-up, yun lang ang nandito. Pero nandun siya, guys. So, hindi ko pa mapakita. And, yun nga, napaganda yung basketball life ko doon sa OLGM. Nakuha ko yung laro na kailangan ko. Mas makukulit, walang masyadong bullies, and yung pagiging mapaglaro ko talaga at some point, napunta doon. Lalo na nag-repeat ako, mas bata yung mga kasama ko dahil nga second year ulit ako dahil nag-drop ako sa Claret. So talagang laro. Kulitan, batuhan ng libro, papalabas kami ng classroom, tapos paglilinisin kami ni Mr. Baradi. Ang kulit rin ng OLGM, guys. Sobrang kulit din. Pero yun nga, I was playing against the varsity team, sila Rene, basta magagaling na varsity players din. And ang kakampi ko lang na varsity was Kevin. And yeah, I was considered a varsity rin. So parang tigda-dalawa kaming varsity per class nun. And Yun yung time na nakascore ako ng 43 points in one game. And I think 20 or 21 points doon, not less than 21 points doon, was just first 6 minutes of the first half. Kasi late ako. Last 6 minutes of the first half ko lang ginawa. 21 points. Because I was so hyper. Hindi ko alam kung hyped ang term talaga doon eh. Pero I got hyper because of the applause that I felt nung dumating akong late with a jersey pa na football. Hanap pa ako ng uniform na susuotin ko. Pinahiram lang ako ng kaibigan ko kung anong uniform susuotin ko. Kasi yung uniform ko pinagamit dun sa isang varsity teammate ko. Dahil nga na-late na ako. And yeah, tuloy-tuloy. Umiscore ako 21 points in 6 minutes. Tapos, at least 21 points. And another 21 points. At least 21 points. Kasi, ng mga 16 minutes pa lang. Tapos, nung nagkakaroon ng medyo dayaan sa score, pinastop ko yung game. Kung hindi ko pinastop yung game, guys, baka naka 50 points ako nun. Or 55 points. Kasi, medyo in the zone tayo nun. And siguro nagbintis ako 2 beses lang or isa out of all those. And walang 3 points yun, guys. Hindi pa ganun kauso ang 3 points sa basketball nun. Meron na, of course, yung mga idol tayo na sila Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Chris Mullin, magagaling sila Alan Kaydik, pero hindi pa katulad ngayon na ginawa ni Steph Curry na talagang parang free throw na lang ng 3 points, diba? So yeah, naging masaya because of the applause, because of the new friends. Though of course, I still miss Claret, pero it was a good thing na nakuha ko rin I was varsity 2, hindi lang ako tumuloy because happy na ako sa intrams nun. And medyo na ninibago ako kasi sanay ako sa Claret teammates ko, syempre. And, yun. So, ang ginawa ko, at saka girlfriend ko, okay naman na, basta basketball lang ako sa intrams, yun. Varsity, parang, more on time na lang sa girlfriend ang ginagawa ko nun. At saka medyo nailang ako kasi nasanay na ako sa Claret team eh. Pero yun nga, mga varsity players kilaro ko nung high school and nakapag-MVP ako. So I was happy about that. Though yun nga lang, first year and second year lang yung time na yun. Yung third year, fourth year varsity teammates ko, hindi ko nakalaban. Pero it was a pretty epic game. My first game was 43 points. I knew it because one of my teammates was counting it. And isang half nga, 21, isa 22. And I arrived 16 minutes late. And if I didn't stop the game because of the cheating sa score, nakita ko sa taas, may nadadaya na, ayaw magpatalo, pinastop ko na. Pero if I didn't stop it, I might have scored 50 or 55 points that game. And yeah, with I think just one miss, I was in the zone during that time. And there are witnesses of this story. Lahat ng OLGM 99 would know what the story is about this. And I think a lot of batch watched this too. Lahat ng energy was there. Though na-experience ko rin yun when I played in Claret School of Quezon City against home court kasi yun. Yung applause ng mga classmates mo, even the budding friends of mine na nag-a-applause sa akin, and the whole section of Claret School of Quezon City, every shot I made, lahat naghihiyawan. So masaya din, of course. I still miss Claret during those years. Tinanggap ko na lang. Pero yeah, it was a good life nga rin sa OLGM. And the girls were there, the swimming classes. Hindi na siya exclusive for boys eh. I was varsity 2, kahit hindi ako tumuloy, masaya ako natanggap ako sa Team A. Si Coach Caliber, tuwan-tuwa sa akin, iba daw ang caliber ko. And kampi ko nun, sila Don Uro. And si Alcantara, I'm not sure kung teammate ko na siya nung time na yon. Si Patrick. Si Rene, parang not sure kung teammate ko na rin nun. Kasi first year to fourth year, pag varsity di ba? Selection yan Though may age na sinusunod kami. Tapos yun. Ano pa bang naging masaya because of course may girls na sa school, 'di ba? Mas relaxing ang place, ang ambience. And at the same time, I have new friends din na mas bata, mas makulit kami, and there was still basketball. And yeah, I had the MVP, and at the same time, to be honest, guys, I was pretty popular among the girls, boys, new friends, varsity teammates, and I had that with girls, boys, varsity teammates. I was really popular in OLGM during that time, and I had the MVP award, so it was really good, and it was one of the reasons I had confidence in life. Because nakuha ko yung gusto ko. Because when my father died naman kasi, I stopped going for academics and I went all in basketball. Yeah. I went 100%, and not just 100%, but all in basketball. So, yun. So, napaganda rin naman, OLGM ko, tas napaganda rin, na-accelerate naman ako. Hindi ako nag-third year, nakapag-diliman ako. So, 3 schools na inabanggit ko. Yun nga yun, hindi na ako nag-third year. 4th year ako sa Diliman because sila yung tumatanggap ng galing sa PEP test, yung acceleration test nga. So, yun. Andun na tayo. And, actually, guys, pwede na ako mag-college ulit kung nasubmit ko yung isang card ko na mas recent. Pero mas maganda na rin na nag-4th year muna ako para hindi na ako ganun mahirapan sa college. So, yan. Nag-excel naman ako sa business math sa college. Hindi mataas ang grade, pero I'm pretty sure nakita ng professor ko yung mga perfect na exercises namin sa business math. So, may foundation because nakapag 4th year ako sa Diliman. And it was a really good school too. Pero compared to Claret School of Quezon City, I think medyo ibang math sa Claret talaga. And that helped me rin in college. So basically, what I was trying to say is that kahit masakit sa akin yung pag-alis sa Claret School because I had to say yes to my mom's kuya, because he was expecting a yes, and it was a really traumatic and fearful day and a stressful day during that time. My mom was really sick or was depressed. So, may maganda pa rin nangyari with OLGM and acceleration, not going third year, then going to Diliman. And yan, nakapag-taekwondo ko because of Diliman. So, yeah, it was a taekwondo club, varsity, something like that. I'm only a white belt, but yes, at least I was able to experience a good sparring with Henry, na pinagsisipa talaga ako dahil wala akong alam gawin. Hindi ko marunong makipag-sparring. And ng technical na may mga rules. So, hindi ko alam kung susuntok ako, sisipa ako, ano bang gagawin ko, diba? Pero yan, ngayon ko na-realize yung gusto kong thing about martial arts, natutunan ko rin. So, ang gusto ko siguro sabihin dito is that kahit ano pang malungkot na nangyari na naalis ako sa Claret because I had to, because my mom was sick, maganda nangyari sa OLGM, new friends, swimming lessons, swimming PE, saya-saya, kulitan, batuhan ng libro, kulitan. Tapos nakapag-ABS-CBN din ako during that time. I think OLGM was a big part of that. And yung principal, in-interview pa ako after my ASAP day. Nilaunch ako for new faces. Masaya naman ang OLGM days rin because of basketball and friends and teachers. Si Kalasag, nakilala ko, siya nagpairam ng uniform sa akin dahil nga kay Kevin na yung isang uniform ko nung nalate ako, nung 43-point game ko nga, na hindi natapos na game yan, at late pa po ako. So, happy ako noon sa energy and applause ng lahat ng from OLGM. Nagawa ko yon because of the electricity around the basketball court. Jump shot ako na jump shot, takbo, rebound, jump shot, jump shot, jump shot. Grabe po, yung hiyawan nila bawat shoot ko, parang sa Claret din. Pero, times 2 natin ang energy level. Dahil may mga girls talaga. And alam niyo naman kung paano humiyaw ang mga girls, di ba? Now, yung mga bading friends ko sa Claret, syempre, appreciative ako sa mga bawat hiyaw nila, di ba? Nung tinalo namin ng Colegio de San Lorenzo sa Claret. Of course, iba pa rin yung Claret. For sure, may pinch pa rin sa akin na what if tumuloy ko yun. Pero, almost 19 years after na nga ngayon, I realized na may reason rin talaga siguro kung bakit kailangan mangyari yun sa akin. And one of the reasons siguro kung ba't pumukpok ako sa basketball kasi nawala rin ako sa Claret. And actually, realization ko lang was the OLGM experience, basketball, friends, teachers, popularity because of OLGM, and even other schools were talking about me because of what I did in the basketball court. And I was a little bit popular as a campus crush. Kinakwento ko lang guys, hindi po yabang yun. So, ganun lang ako kasaya nun sa OLGM. So, hindi naman ako pinabayaan ni God. I think yun ang gusto kong sabihin, kahit nawala yung Claret School of Quezon City. Dahil nandyan ang OLGM, tas nandyan pa yung Diliman, which I have new friends na sila Joseph Ibarra, and sila Kenneth, sila LJ Moldes, na sumuporta sa akin during the time na yung mommy ko was dying na of cancer, 1999. Di pa rin ako pinabayaan ni God. I had new friends, I had Taekwondo Club, and I had Diliman Prep as my school. So, nakagraduate din ng high school, diba? Though of course, I must say, not to contradict what I'm saying, iba pa rin ang Claret School. And kung tinapos ko yung 4 years talaga doon. Pero, God has reasons. And maybe mas nakakabuti nga talaga yung nangyari. Na I had to stop Claret and be a little bit famous in high school because of OLGM days. And my second school in high school yun. And then go to Diliman, which I had friends who supported me during that time na si mommy was sick of cancer. And nakagraduate ng high school. Basically, hindi ako pinabayaan ni God ng high school kahit nawala yung Claret School. Yun ang kwento ko, guys. And hindi ko sure kung may battery pa to at makakapagluto pa, but it's 57%, guys. And the time running now is 5:04 a.m. and I have to get water, guys. I almost forgot that. Limited ang water, and ewan ko kung ba't nakwento ko to. It was because I'm really not scared to share stories about me rin. Kaya, and siguro of all the lies that going around in my life, diba? One of the reasons kung ba't di ako tumuloy sa pag-aartista, siguro yung iba sa inyo, alam na, may idea na, diba? Kung ano yung mga stories na hindi totoo, na pinakalat ng mga detractors ko, diba? Ewan ko kung yun ang tamang tawag doon, diba? But they were acting as kalabans or detractors, diba? So, I'm sure some of my close friends have an idea why I didn't push through ABS-CBN kasi sino ba namang gaganahan mag-artista, diba? Kung some of the people that are naiinggit sa'yo, detractors or kalabans, or let's just call them negative people, during that time that I was 16, I don't know how to deal with them. So, imagine nyo na lang kung nag-artista ako noon, and ngayon nga lang, minsan sa ilang barangay, napag-uusapan na yung mga kasinungalingan about me. What more kung nationwide pa, in buong Philippines pa, kumalat yun. Na hindi na, alam nyo naman, some of my close friends know kung ano yung mga yun. So sila ina-address ko about this certain thing na siguro ngayon, guys, mga close friends ko, alam niyo na kung ba't hindi ako tumuloy mag-artista nun. Dahil narinig niyo naman kung ano yung mga pinagsasabi, di ba? As in, below the belt and out of this world. Just for them to have their own agenda or get some of the candies that they want to get from me. I call them candies kasi. I wasn't ready to deal with them during that time, kaya hindi ako tumuloy mag-artista. Noong 16 years old ako. Yun po. And I thought it wasn't for me, diba? Lately ko lang na-realize na I would really love acting, and dahil may social media na, I think mas makakalaban na ako to deliver the truth. So kahit ano pang ikalat nilang lies, at least at some point, nade-deliver ko pa rin yung truth about myself. And, protektahan ko sarili ko. Kasi kung tutuusin naman, guys, wala nang magpoprotekta sa akin kung hindi mga close friends ko and mga ka-close family members ko sa Pinpin side. Dahil yung talagang kasundo ko sa Pinpin side, diba? And some sa Kapati side, meron din naman isa or dalawa na magpo-protect sa akin. Pero it's more on, wala na akong parents, so wala na akong tatakbuhan kung talagang kailangan kong protektahan yung pangalan ko. So, my father died when I was 10. My mom when I was turning 18. So, buti na lang may social media. Gift ni God sa atin yan na gustong mag-deliver ng katotohanan about ourselves. That's one of the reasons why I do vlogs, diba? And ngayon, medyo mas kumanda kasi nagkaroon ng kwentuhan thing. And it helps me. It helps me feel na much, alam mo yan, mas freer. Tama ba yun? Mas free yung feeling. Mas may freedom. Ano ba tawag doon? I feel more free when I say the truth. Diba? So, hopefully, na-close ko mabuti yun. Hindi ako tumuloy mag-artista because grabe ang takot ko na mapahiya nationwide because of some of my detractors nga or kalabans na nagpapanggap na kaibigan or kakampi. Diba? And also, wala pang social media noon para lumaban ako sa katotohanan. And wala akong oras na kausapin ang 200 tao para lang protektahan ang sarili ko. Pero ngayon, may social media na, so kahit ano pang ikalat ng 4 o 5 detractors ko sa buong barangay ng Angeles City, ng Quezon City, Batasan Hills, ng Barangay Dolores, mas makakalaban at makakalaban na tayo. Though of course noon sa Quezon City pa lang noon, ngayon umabot na ng Angeles, umabot na ng Dolores, ang mga detractors ko. Nagkampi-kampihan na po. All because of money and wealth that they're interested in. And some jealousy about some of the things that I was able to achieve early on in academics. And some of the basketball milestones or excellent games that I was able to play in high school. I'm not sure kung may idea kayo kung sino to. My close friends do know kasi sila yung nakarinig ng kung ano-anong stories na hindi totoo about me. Pero yun nga, kung may social media siguro nung 16 years old ako, I'll be able to deliver the truth, protect myself, hindi ako matatakot mag-artista nun. Kasi I'll be able to protect myself. And siguro kung nakapag-workshop din ako, hindi ako kakabahan. And the good thing now is that nakapag-workshop na ako, medyo hindi na ako ganun kinakabahan, napapractice pa ako sa vlogging at some point. Tapos, mas mapoprotektahan ko na rin sarili ko against chismis. Not nationwide chismis. As in, mga barangay-barangay chismis na pinakalat ng mga negative people or mga, I'm not sure kung tama yung term, pero I would call them detractors. Diba? Detractors. Yan ang tawag namin sa AT&T sa negative eh. Well, anyway, ng mga negative people, detractors, and mga naninira sa akin ever since I was young, actually. Hindi ko nasasabihin kung sino itong mga to. Nagsimula lang yan sa mga 2-3 tao, tapos nandamay ng mga iba, na mga galit sa akin, kasi tinatawag kong tamad. Ayoko talaga ng tamad, kaya wala nga akong oras protektahan sarili ko, na isa-isa kausapin ko, para i-clear yung pangalan ko sa mga paninirang ginagawa na medyo nakakatrauma rin nung bata ako. Pero, yun nga, I have friends naman na sumuporta sa akin all the way, close friends, and up to now, they realized na tama yung desisyon ko na huwag mag-artista nun dahil what if nationwide pa ako siraan ng tao? So, pwedeng mali rin na hindi ako nag-artista kasi pwede ko namang hindi patulan, diba? Pero during that time kasi feeling ko hindi pa ako ready pa sa pag-aartista, kaya hindi ko tinanggap yung offer ng ABS-CBN for Star Circle Batch 8. And also, natatakot talaga ako na siraan lang ako ng mga tao at pahiyain ako nationwide. Mga 3-5 tao yan na dumami na lang ngayon dahil nga tinatawag kong tamad yung iba and maraming tamad. So, malamang galit sila sa akin. Pero anyway, so nagkakampi-kampihan sila. Pero anyway, guys, it was jealousy for what I have. It was jealousy of what my mana is. It was jealousy of what my achievements are. It was jealousy of, and no one's gonna protect me during that time and dahil my parents were sick, my parents were in the States. Hi, Nico! And wala talaga. So, the only one that was there for me was my girlfriend. And I was really happy na I was with Kate during my high school times. She made me confident about life, and she was giving me the freedom to go for ABS-CBN if I want to. Hindi naman niya ako pinressure. No, alam ko, nagsiselo siya sa ibang girl sa ABS. Andun sila Ann Curtis, andun sila Maylene Dizon, and dahil magagandang bagong artista, pero she felt secured naman kasi alam niya kung gaano ko siya kamahal. Pinakasalan ko pa nga siya, diba? Hindi lang nag-workout kasi siguro masyado kaming bata during that time. Pero yun nga, the reason kung ba't di ako nag-artista, bago ako magluto, tatapusin ko lang to, is that natakot ako na mapahiya ako sa mga chismis nationwide. Dahil ngayon pa nga lang na hindi ako artista, 3 barangay na sa Pilipinas or more, nasiraan ako ng mga tao sa pangalan ko, sa reputation ko, and yung business ko. Kung ano-ano pinakalat nila, just because of jealousy and pagiging judgmental. And if that happened when I was 16, and it happened nationwide pa, with their connections too. May connections din yung mga detractors mga negative Baka hindi ko kakayanin. But ngayon may social media na, may way ako to deliver the truth. It's a God's blessing to people who want to deliver the truth and use it for good. So okay na ako mag-artista. Lalo na nakapag-workshop na rin ako. So ngayon, nagko-commercials ako, nag-auditions ako for commercials. And yeah, thankful to social media, I'm now ready for show business. And thankful to workshops and some auditions for commercials, I'm ready to go back to pag-aartista. And yeah, I believe I was able to say the importance of social media to this show business thing and protecting myself using social media, delivering the truth and love that I have to deliver to people. And of course, I was able to deliver something about my workshops then and my going for digital and TV commercials. Yeah. So I believe I was able to say those. Commercials, workshops will help me in my acting job. Hindi lang ako nakapunta nga, as I've said, dun sa huling soap opera auditions because I was working for Alorica Clark sa UPS account. I'm not sure if I can say that, but yeah, it was a UPS account that I was working for, tech support. So it was really busy, so hindi ako nakapunta sa audition na. And yeah, I believe I took care of myself really well for 44 years na. Diba? Kasama na yung pag-aalaga ng papa ko at mama ko sa akin. And I'm still ready for show business. And I'm still scared, of course, of chismis and whatever. Traumas ko about detractors, people that are older than me. And at some point, wala yung parents ko nasa US minsan. Traumatic yung experiences. Kaya ngayon, medyo with faith, mas lumakas loob ko. And with social media nga, kuklose ko lang ulit tong topic na to. I can protect myself because kahit may 3 barangay ngayon, kahit hindi ako nag-artista pa noon, ngayon may ilang barangay na pinag-uusapan for the past 2-3 years, and naging delikado pa yung buhay ko because of kung ano-ano mang paninira ang ginawa nila about my bags and about hi Carl, and almost yung reputation ko was ruined and hindi ako makabenta, hindi ako yung mga pambenta ko na appliances and stuff, medyo nahirapan because kung ano-anong pinakalat nila. And halos malugi-lugi talaga yung negosyo. Naglabas na ako ng malaking pera, hindi ko mabawi dahil nga sa paninira nila. And it's okay for me. Basta ang sa akin lang, nagdadasal ako, and I think for a lot of people who want to deliver the truth and fight for what is right, social media is a good tool to fight and deliver the truth against sa mga chismis na kinakalat sa atin. Nationwide man yan o barangay-barangay. So I'm not that scared because I have God, of course, dun yung galing lahat yan. And yung gift niya sa atin is the social media where I can deliver the truth. That's why I'm ready for show business now. And also because I did workshops na. Yun lang po. Kukunin ko na yung tubig para makapagluto na tayo. And kung ma-stop to, sorry po, ganun talaga, hihina yung internet. Pero, I would do another live to make sure na ma-cover to and maluto. Kung sakasakaling i-post ko to so I can upload it and then download it and share it to Wine Avenue. And dun po sa mga hindi nagsasubscribe, sana mag-subscribe naman kayo sa Wine Avenue. You don't have to watch all videos, but you can like and share them and subscribe to it. Ganun na rin sa King Abstract TikTok. Pagpasensyahan nyo na po yung sayaw kasi 90s pa po yung mga sayaw ko. And sila Vanilla Ice ang idol ko. At sila MC Hammer at ang mga UMD. Yun lang po ang ginagaya ko. Pero, of course, tinatry kong i-update yung sayaw. Gaya ng mga sayaw ng BTS. And I think yung mga UMD nag-adjust na rin. Mga alaga kami ni Kuya Zainon. Sana, masama namin yung 90s dance sa mga 2026 dance, and then medyo mas maganda ang kalabasan, diba? Pero of course, iba pa rin yung mga classic dance ng UMD, like yung mga O Carol, yung Always. Siyempre, yun yung mga hindi mo papalitan. Kung napapalitan ko man yung steps sa King Abstract TikTok, it's that because hindi ko memorize yung steps at limited lang yung time kasi nung music. So, kung ano lang steps yung pwede kong ipasok, yun lang ang napapasok ko minsan. So, yun na muna guys. Ito guys, kinukwento ko lang because it's the truth. And, yun lang. There's no other reason why I'm doing this. And of course, I love socializing with people. So, masaya na rin ako na in some ways, dahil puro aral ako, puro trabaho, nakakausap ko kayo through social media. Pero the only way I'm doing this because I want to deliver the truth. Protect my name, protect my reputation, whether I'll be in showbiz or not, my name and reputation is really important to me. Kaya lumalaban tayo. So, yun muna guys, kukuha akong tubig, sana para sa pagluto-luto. Magigisa ako. Hindi ko lang alam kung mahuhugasan ko pa after, pero thankful pala sa aking Tito June for the tomatoes. And garlic, and onions. Yan rin sa Tita Jok ko. Yan po ang dalawang sumusuporta sa akin palagi. Mga kapatid ni Mama yan. Tito June Pinpin and Tita Jok Pinpin Tibaya. Yan ang mga full supporters ko palagi for my workout and all other stuff. Kukunin ko lang yung tubig kasi walang gripo dito guys. Ito ah. Yan. Nakita ko sa inyo kung saan siya nakastrap. Ayan. Wala gripo dito guys kasi tinanggal ko, inaayos ko siya. Andun yung gripo na nilipat ko, yung tubo, at tinanggal ko na rin pala yung gripo dun. Tinanggal ko na rin. So, what I was saying is, yung gripo, tinanggal ko na dito. Tapos, nilipat ko doon. Tapos, tinanggal ko na rin yung gripo doon, guys. Kasi, nilipat ko sa banyo para, kailangan ko ng dalawang faucet sa banyo. Eh, malinis naman palagi yung banyo ko. So, hindi na ako kukuha tubig, sorry. Pero nga, I'm not sure kung narinig nyo dahil nilipat ko to ang mic, pero yun nga yung sinasabi ko about the gripo. So ngayon, kukuha lang ako ng tubig. Ito guys, under renovation pa to. Ako lang ang nagpipintura. Ako lang ang nagkakarpintero. Pero pag may budget, of course, kumukuha ako ng mga kasama kong gumawa. So, yan. Walang faucet, so kailangan ko punuin to for the faucet. Yun. Itong pangalan na yan, dyan ako bumibili ng mga ganito. Nagbebenta rin ako ng mga ganito, guys. 200 pesos siya. Pero pag online, nasa 250 pesos. Yun. So, hi Carl, Nico, Glenn, sino man nakakanood dito. And dito ako nagwo-workout, guys. Ay, sorry, may underwear pa. Sorry, guys, ha? Single life, eh. Diba? Dito rin ako nagpa-practice kasi yan ginagawa pa, sorry. So, inaayos pa talaga lahat. Hindi pa maayos. Ito yung bedroom ko. Actually, hindi yan bedroom eh. Ginagawa ko lang. Dahil, well, actually bedroom siya. Pero ito pala yung hindi bedroom. Magiging, lalagay ng bathtub. Diyan. Marami nang i-istorbo sa minsan, mga epal, pero minsan dinadamay pa yung mga pulis at barangay dahil may mga pera sila na naninakaw sa akin. Pero wala tayong magagawa guys eh. Ganun talaga minsan. Ako kasi I choose to do what's right. And kung makikipag-away ako sorry ha. Kung makikipag-away ako dahil sa mga ninakaw nilang pera sa akin, mauubos lang oras ko dun. Kikitain ko na lang lahat yan. Sabi nga ng business advice ng kaibigan kong bilyonaryo, contracts, that's one way to make a lot of money or to do really good business. So yeah, I have billionaire friends who gives me advice. Ano ba yung sinasabi ko? Ang sinasabi ko, guys, may mga tao na dinadamay pa yung mga pulis, yung mga barangay, pinagloloko nila, mga barangay officials. Diba? Tapos, syempre, sa ginagawa nila, sabit ko lang ulit, guys. So yeah, sinasabi ko, sorry na yung mic kasi I'm not used to it pa. Usually yung phone lang ang mic ang ginagamit ko. Sira yung phone ng mic, sinusumpong-sumpong eh. Kaya nga yung isang TikTok live, minsan gumagana yung mic, minsan hindi. So yun nga, guys, minsan slow connection. Kumukuha lang ako water doon. Kumukuha lang ako ng water doon sa banyo. Wala. Hygienic naman, malinis naman yung banyo ko palagi. Pero yun nga, may mga tao na dinamay yung mga pulis, dinamay yung mga barangay, nagbigay ng mga pangmerienda na yun, ginamit yung pera, guys. Ang masakit doon, ginamit yung pera para siraan ako. Ang masakit doon, yung pera, yung ilang milyon na hawak nila, guys, pera ko. Pero I chose not to fight for it. At least, wala pa akong oras kasi. At the least, yeah, what I was saying is that, napuputol, guys, ha. Wala pa akong oras kasi, para sa ilang part of my income. Sabi ko, guys, may tubig. Wala eh. Mamaya mawala na yung tubig niyan. Mga 6 o'clock, wala na. So, usually, graveyard talaga ako pag magluluto or mga bagay na kailangan. So, guys, ito yung sinasabi ko, may mga nadamay na pulis, may mga nadamay na barangay officials. Lahat naman sila, of course, benefit of the doubt, hindi naman sila pwede mag-judge at all times. Pero at some point, they're using their power, influence, and money to manipulate the police and the barangays just to hide the things that they have done wrong. Diba? So, at some point, ang masakit dun, yung money, power, and influence more specifically, yung money. Some of those money are from me. And ginagamit nila to manipulate people. Which I know, may mga pulis na matitino. May mga barangay officers na matitino. May mga lawyers na matitino. But at some point, syempre, papayosi ako. Paputol-putol internet. But at some point, syempre, kahit